I just started going. My bad.
Oh man, that's straight.
That's straight. You can cut it anyway.
Oh, we recording it.
You know we ain't cut that.
I
All
know
this
we
now.
never is cut
Man,
it.
boy. Yeah, man. What's going on, man?
What up? What up?
Hey there, dog. Recovering.
Man.
You
Cover
recover?
from what, babe?
A big Zoom party last night with everybody.
Oh.
Y'all
So
see
they
the
after
thing?
for like 2-3 minutes, and I said, 1 second, I forget.
Somebody, boy.
Somebody saying I was at it, man.
They went Zoom party last night.
Where this was?
On Zoom?
I
And
mean,
this is like-
where you send this?
I sent it in the group.
In Kongbo and Halva. Thing.
It wasn't no big deal, but I just was trying to get people
I
to come.
didn't even notice it. Also, you use party and on.
I try to see if the experience actually is, work, but
How
I
was
guess-
the experience?
I
Just
guess it
no
could.
replies, boy.
Hmm?
Just no reply.
Yeah, it was a flyer.
I said, give us no
Easy,
replies.
easy.
Oh,
no
you're real?
reply.
Yeah, you're right. Give us the replies. I ain't lying. We should try to test that out. We should do a flyer and put, let's use a big head, whatever, on the bottom. see.
You know I can see that.
He's like, what date that is, right? Yeah, I mean, I tried to experience I guess it could work eventually, but
You
because
had fun.
it was okay. It wasn't like, I feel like if you set it up in your front room or whatever, and put it up on the speakers on your TV or whatever, it was solid. Because I know the Skydom had it up on their projector. They had he had his girl computer on and his computer on, so you could see the back in front of them or whatever. You gotta make.
People was carrying on though, like people.
Yeah, you gotta make it. I think it could work. You just gotta make it what it is. If you have a projector or a TV or whatever, and you
Ain't a
put it on
party
the-
that held someone come and ask you if you got any coke. Had the coke, man. Like, bro, I got coke.
Just pop up in the Zoom meeting.
Yeah.
Gotta do botch.
Yeah, I mean, I know, but I was telling everybody who I sent it to, I say, be prepared to be seeing a lot from me, because my mind convinced now, because what Lindell, let's say, like how school is doing online for next fall, that means no Caribbean students will be in Halifax, dog. So our market shrink.
No new Caribbean students. All I think they say what they say is
You can stay home basically and do school, really.
Doing online, yeah.
the new students they recommend and stay home, but they saying that students who in like their second, third year
Yeah.
classes can still have to be in person because they have to do.
Oh, okay.
Really,
All
I
right.
thought it was all online, no matter what.
Oh,
I know
okay.
agriculture campus, like I don't think none of their classes online. Like
Yeah,
that's
see, that's what I was thinking.
more online than before, but it's still majority of the classes in the campus.
That's what I was thinking, but I was saying like sciences and stuff. You can't do that completely online. Like you make it do psychology and sociology and physiology or whatever online, but like papers and etc. But I don't see sciences being completely online because you gotta do labs.
Online rock, man.
Real rough. Like let's gotta go plant some plants.
If you don't submit that assignment on time, that's zero. That ain't no explanation. That ain't nothing. You don't care. That's flicking.
You can't roll up on your teacher or nothing.
That's zero. The
Yeah.
system ain't allowing you. That's zero. You don't have that at 12 in the morning? Zero.
Yeah, that's true though.
Zero. That and like when you could turn into prof, or prof can have like a 5-day extension. Oh yeah, no worries. And after that, it's 10% off every day. You don't have it after that those 5 days.
Brown's a pro. Brown's a pro in this area.
Oh, I was a fucking
Yeah,
bro.
baby, because I never even used the ox, wait. I think one time I asked, it's like, it'll be you won't get any credit for it. You can still submit it though.
Wow.
So, and that was like first year. After that, I just stopped. I just didn't even ask no more. Man.
I think that was
That's carrying on, bro.
See
that's tough, babe. I think that was a hint though. I think you probably could do it. They probably gonna give you one little 40, 50.
I know.
That was behind though.
Yeah, bro.
Some of them professors don't give an F.
No, babe, not at all, babe.
I don't care, babe. You weren't showing up. Well, it is what it is, son. That's what it
Yeah,
is.
I mean, to be honest, bro, I prefer the courses that are not attendance based, that don't have no percentage to attendance based, because it's actually off the merit of you possibly reading the book and learning on your own. You know what I mean? But when it comes to attendance, it's like obviously it incentivizes you to go to class for that 10%. But a lot of
No,
people used to throw that. They used to throw that away too.
with the
Yeah.
pop quizzes used to be the test the attendance. Sometimes they don't base
Yeah,
on
and they
attendance.
have pop quizzes too, so you
Pop
losing
quiz.
on attendance and you losing on
Yeah.
pop quizzes.
No, some don't have attendance. It's just that's a screen that you come to every class.
Yeah, well, I know couple that did both.
Wow.
Right.
Man,
Granted,
this,
it ain't a lot, but at the end of the day, when you look at 15% of your grade that you're throwing away, that's a lot, because the highest you could get is fucking 85. If you ace to everything,
exam is
rough.
45.
Exactly, which is rough. So I don't understand how people just do it, but people just do it.
When you mess up that midterm and you got to throw all your weight on the final.
Hey.
Bro, I got all of like the kinks, right?
You got to go flicking 80 anyway. Before I
Quick at 80-20.
You need to be a school advisor, mate.
you
After
go
that,
fucking highway.
all the young students that come through. Yeah, bro. If you have any problems, just link me,
Rob's professional negotiator, mate. So yeah.
You change those weights, bro. When you feel hurt, you gotta change that to the finals, bro. You said
Hey, the student come them, they be like, Mr. Brown, I got caught with plagiarism. Deny, deny, deny.
Oh gosh.
Hey, I heard that shit on a TED Talk.
Oh man.
Oh,
Yeah,
pray,
that's
oh,
sick,
pray.
mate. That's sick. But I mean, I didn't have a lot about those things. I just heard about it, but I never actually saw people like actually get caught for that stuff and things like that. Mate. So
Oh,
I
plagiarism?
know some things for homework and stuff like that. Like I remember like third year, someone literally did the same work and just swapped out the name.
Scrape out the name?
No, like they just swapped the name basically.
Well, that's sick.
Yeah,
That's like super plagiarism. You wouldn't even try to cover it up.
yeah, they didn't try.
Man,
I think
remember was-
I think they almost tried taking them from the course and get them a whatever the one that'll stay on your record, not an F, but because it's a letter that stays on your record no matter if you do the course again or whatever.
yeah, it's
Right.
still your record for real. I see
Yeah.
plenty of people used to get
If you get caught cheating at this, that allows you to pay you. That's grounds for expulsion, bro.
Man.
They don't
I
feel.
remember-
I think it doesn't depend on the extent though. It's a
I
little
think
bit.
three strikes regardless of any extent.
Hey, well, if you get expelled, Truro, I know what you can do.
What the-
I mean, at least when you get expelled from Dodge, you can go to school next door, or you be down the road.
Yeah, but you
Right.
know other colleges up here, bro.
You get expelled from Truro.
I like that. There is NSCC up here.
Let me not have your major depending on what your major was,
Yeah.
because they don't have. You think they have farming and stuff like that over there at NSCC?
I know, boy.
That's what I'm saying.
I remember it was one
Okay.
course where you had to upload the paper online.
Yeah, and it is do the percentages.
It is tell you like how much of this they think to be plagiarized or
Yeah,
like
yeah,
wrongly. Yeah.
But the thing is,
That
it used to say for citations, even when you had a citation, it used to still say that that's plagiarism.
Yeah.
If you have the citation, and basically that percentage don't count.
Exactly.
So
I used to hate papers, but
yeah,
Y'all ever write any papers in the real life since y'all graduate?
no.
mm,
Writing these
I
papers.
mean, not really. No.
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 Like you made it using it in real life.
To be like, bro, you need to go and do. Well, I guess the paper's mainly for research purposes.
Yeah.
Teach
Yeah,
you
and I feel
a
like
lot
it's
of
for
research.
more for academic purposes. Like, for example, if you go to do a master's, obviously you have to do a thesis or whatever, or PhD, you have to do a thesis and all that.
That's what mainly bachelors now is geared towards
Streamlining you towards.
it's streamlining you towards getting your master's. It's not streamlining you towards understanding the knowledge that you would need to in this profession.
Yeah.
I think it's a bad thing.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, we discussed slightly this already, but I mean,
Yeah. I guess
I agree though. It is slightly bad. Huh?
I say, I guess we could move on if y'all don't get caught up in that.
No, we could talk about it.
I don't know if it's a bad thing. I don't know if it's a bad thing because like certain things you might only need a specific level for. Like depends on what you really want to do with it. I think. Like if you want to be like in this field, like you want to be a doctor or you want to be just a scientist, or you just want, I don't know, agriculture have different levels too. Gillis, like PhD and thing. I don't know.
Yeah. Aquaculture, you could go up to PhD, but I mean, it don't really make sense. A lot of people just go up to masters, but like to me, the people who doing masters and stuff like that is more of people who would prefer to just do research instead of actually go and own a business. You know what I mean? Like, want to create something, some type of new fish food or something like that.
Yeah, which makes sense.
I mean, and both help out the industry as a whole.
But like, some people just don't want to do research.
Yeah. So that's it there. Like, I think the levels to separate, like, what you trying to do with it. Trying to be like
everything could be researched more. So I guess some degrees, but like everything shouldn't be geared towards masters, in my opinion. Moving forward, some people would like to know. I think there should be a choice, like in your second year, whether you want your course to be more geared towards moving further, or you want your course to be more geared towards you being more prepared for the workforce.
I know, big. I don't think that could ever be the thing because if you look at it, a lot of things you learn.
Of money, they want you to come back.
That's exactly. They want you to come back and educate yourself again, though. So that's the oxymoron about it. Like they want you to come back, so they're not gonna push you to just don't get no more education, bro. Just what it is.
Right. Sick. You spend $20,000 again, bro.
They want you to waste a whole year on learning calculus and all these other things. And that ain't even apply in your life ever again.
Never again. Never again.
Oh boy. School that's rough.
You don't get paid $3 an hour to do no calculus question. You don't get paid $25 an hour to do that. No.
You have to hurt your head for 5 hours just to get one fucking question.
Depends on what you're trying to do, man. Like if you're trying to build software or etc., or you can need those things.
I guess if you're doing engineering for real, you could need calculus, but like
only if I train you.
That shit, dog.
Like, which job you went on and just say, oh, but from all my school knowledge, I know how to do this.
No.
I know everything, dog. I know your system, bro. I know they're gonna have to retrain you again, bro. They're gonna have to retrain you because they this nigga friggin' dumb. Useless.
I think it take.
You see what I'm saying?
I think it take longer to train somebody who don't know it than somebody like who had a little surface knowledge of it before.
I agree.
It could take longer. And that's more time. The company don't want to spend more time and to somebody who don't know like nothing about it.
I agree. To me, I agree. It does decrease the learning curve.
But if that's the case, what they should do is they should do multiple levels of the same type of math, where it's like algebra instead of calculus, because algebra is used way more than the calculus. I feel like level of algebra, like that was in high school basically.
Yeah.
And then after that's just calculus. Using, I guess sometimes calculus is used, but not as much.
Not really, bro. Like you ain't using matrices to do nothing, bro.
Not matrices, but other stuff.
That's an extension of calculus.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, if you want to be like Elon Musk, then yeah.
I don't think Elon Musk come
But what Gillis is saying is that what I'm getting from Gillis is that if you're doing, let's say, the same stuff that he's doing, or let's say marine biology,
Yeah,
you can't say because you're going to marine biology, you necessarily won't need calculus. That's what I'm guessing. That's what Gillis is saying.
Yeah.
I know you may have to calculate the angle of the sun hitting the water. And then I don't know.
This dolphin is dying.
Yeah.
How many calculus questions can you do to save his life? You're like,
The problem with all of this too is that a lot of the things is just the base knowledge, but at the end of the day, they have software to calculate it regardless. All you have to do is put in inputs. And then it's calculated.
That's why I'm saying that you're a trainee. They say, "Oh Jesus, this is what they learn on in school."
Another thing is they'd be like, oh, you. One second, I gotta plug in my thing. Yeah, and then another thing they'd be like, oh, you flicking. Nah, I lose my train of thought, Jed. Shit.
Something but dolphins.
I can't even remember, dog.
You need the dolphins to
That's just like on the business side of things. In business, they only let you do one set of math. But accounting, you can do all the like I know Kadim could probably chime in more on this, but I know with the accounting courses, they teach you pretty much the basis of taxation and the world of accounting principles. You know,
like accounting is more so like, and that's why people don't understand. Is a big difference between accounting and finance. Like accounting literally touches nothing of finance, bro. Like literally nothing. You literally only do like one level of finance in accounting. You know,
your degree in accounting, eh?
Huh?
Your degree is in accounting?
Yeah.
So
like what happened?
Gonna say
finance.
No, but I didn't do finance, but my job was in finance. You see what I'm saying? So I had a base knowledge of finance a little, but at the end of the day, I was out of my zone by having a finance base job.
Yeah. You going back to NASA and going KPMG, buddy?
I mean, I was there for some and stuff like that, but I mean, that was not something that was on my.
You're making $60K right now, bro.
Easy.
Dying on my boat, bro.
Talking and all the money.
I ain't with all that now. I wasn't saying no barking and no money now.
I don't know Bahamian gals.
Oh man, I don't do that.
Driving his Honda.
Oh man, I don't do that. But no, to me though, I prefer finance though.
You like risk management. You like to.
Yeah, if I had to choose again, I would do finance. But I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, risk management ain't bad. Some of the finance principles I learned was probably through stocks and bonds and derivatives. Like learned through
the casino.
Through the casino. Risk management through the casino. That's real life. That's real life, bro. That's real life training. You play your hand properly, you double your money.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, like you say, but what you're saying to that point is that, yeah, it's not the same. Like in accounting, yes, you could use algebra to solve things, but that's literally just paper problems, right? You have softwares to generate these reports and everything for you, and already.
QuickBooks. QuickBooks.
Yeah, so all you're basically doing is just putting in the journal entry, and it generating all the reports for you, basically.
Real talk nowadays, all you have to be an accountant, all you have to be is a data and entry.
Well, it depends. See, that's what I'm saying. It depends if you're going to do
higher levels, like general.
If you're doing auditing, then that's different. No, that's different.
Yeah.
Auditing is different because that's about controls and stuff like that. But if you're just doing data entry, bookkeeping, then yeah, all you're doing is inputs. But auditing is a different beast.
You don't have to be the Ozarks play Marty to do accounting. Like that nigga, he could do every flicking thing.
That's more so on the auditing side. He protecting himself from auditors. You know what I mean? That's what he was doing.
He flicking bad, babe.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's so much rules. It's so much rules that you could bend legally. You know what I mean? Because like you could do something for so long, like 4 years, 5 years, and then if you switch up the rule in your books or whatever, you could do that, and then you could end up gaining some profit on the back end. So it's just ways on how to do it, but you just gotta know, really.
Yeah, but information is power.
Y'all sorry, professionals, bro.
No man.
Information is power, and power is priceless.
Like it didn't never get us into no money laundering scheme.
I
all of my boys get killed, boy.
I don't do that, bro. I don't do dog. I don't dog.
That'll come to us.
It's been so long now, bro. I literally is trash and as it comes to counting, bro. Like I would consider myself trash because I haven't done it in a long time, bro.
That's how I feel about IT.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't remember none of them to it.
was
I was a blur, dog. I was a blur, man.
real dog. I don't know biology either.
Motherfucker.
I was a blur. You come out of university back and be a millionaire, dude. Be a millionaire. Come on, Joe.
But I see like I think if we like actually went aside and just like practice a little bit of the old stuff, it'll come back.
Like riding a bike?
Hmm?
I think it's like
like riding a bike. Yeah, you get into it, you be like, oh yeah. Like you just have to do a little your memory. I think it's still there, just that you don't use it every day, so they ain't at the front. But if you just touch it, something could cue you to open up the rest. That's how I believe it works.
Possibly.
It's like everything, dog. It's like playing an instrument. And you can start playing an instrument. You may be dead rusty. You play that a couple of times, less than you did before, and then you be like close or nail back to where you was.
I mean, I guess a little. Because I know it's tough. Because if I look at taxes is change every year. Allowances change every year. So that's how I look at it. It's like
okay, other than stuff that upgrading.
Yeah.
Like the next.
I see what you're saying though.
Science always upgrading too. So
yeah.
So you're never really behind because if you get the information now, you at the same spot really.
Yeah, I mean, I guess.
What you talking about, dog?
No, I get what you're saying.
I think that's how it'll work. We should try it and come back.
Who?
All of us, you should go back to IT, accounting.
I'm good too, man. I'm good too with all that, bro.
It's super straight.
It's like, I don't make money now, wait. This ain't about learning, dog.
It ain't about learning more.
Oh, man.
Learn no more. Dudes don't want to learn no more.
We touch no topics that we ain't
touch that.
Like, every time this is topic, like, you're like, yeah, babe, this, that. Come school. Oh, man.
Yeah, man. So in that event, you might as well bring up Marathon.
Y'all might as well bring. Why are the always? Okay.
Right.
This is your segment, bro.
This is my segment. These are all questions came from the Gillis deal and friends.
Gillis
and Cole.
Just bring with animation in the middle. Gillis deal and friends.
With the little pastry there.
You mean Makaru and Z?
Makaru and Jordan.
But since I just saying, since we was on the thing on education, we don't have to really go to that topic yet. But we when we talk about just like learning, going back to school and stuff like that. Remember we were learning to bring this the same knowledge what we had back to Bahamas. Remember we promised,
I never promised that.
If you get a scholarship, you have to promise that, babe.
Yeah, you have to promise to go back and bring more business.
I didn't get mine off a scholarship. I was on it, and then but it was like, "Boy, you doing trash over here, bro."
Yeah, I
had a scholarship, but I didn't know we had to come back.
And then you're supposed to promise you coming back, bro. At least the government scholarship that I was on.
See you in December, eh?
December only.
December. I'll help out during Christmas time.
Boy, don't give no money, boy. Sick.
Y'all need any biological advice for Jogadu?
That's the reason why.
The thing is, he ain't even coming to Rush. He ain't even coming to help out in Rush.
That's the reason why tourism is the #1 industry right now.
Man. That's you think so? I don't know.
I just getting off. No.
That's a valid point. So you think it's because like people just go off to school and they don't really come back home.
Yeah, I mean, and I'm a victim of that too, because it's be like, man, I see so much like opportunities, so much gateways in the foreign land. They willing to do all these, great things for you for your career and advance you up to a certain level you need to be at. Where in the Bahamas, where you be like, oh shoot, I gotta work at Atlanta, so I gotta work at Albany. You know what I mean? I gotta stay in these customer service jobs all my life. But when over here, you don't really have to do that.
See, that's the truth right there. That's what everybody just look at and be like, hey, if I go back home, where's my opportunity? Or can I start from the bottom and build up? Because there's so much stories, people going back with big degrees and they still they can't surface. They can't surface out of that's the truth with Brown saying, like that's a lot of the reason why people don't go back. And
that's why that's why tourism staying #1, because I don't want, you don't go no financial accounting or you work for the coral reef and, work on the sun. You can do that now, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can do that now.
Yeah, it's tough because, I mean, like I already always say this, it's like if you don't go in the private sector, bro, your job is basically based on when you was hired. Because even if you say you have no vocalized opinions about the political struggle, when you was hired during this run, they'll consider you was with them. So your job could be up. Your job could be up for the taking. You know what I'm saying? Which is sad about the public sector when you have a degree and you come in to that sector. If you're in private sector, most likely you probably straight. You know what I mean? That's just my opinion. But
if you working for government and you sign as a government civil servant, they can't fire you when government change.
It happens all the time, kid. That's what you talking about.
They can't fire you, bro. If government change,
bro.
If
heard it happen, bro.
Not under contract, if you're not under a yearly contract or something like that, once you're a civil servant, you cannot be fired once the
I know the in and outs, but I've heard countless stories of when it switch, they bring in they friends or whatever.
That's people who's be under contract and stuff.
And I know. I just saying that I've heard when.
But I mean, private sector too is be little because once you, let's say you have a business, you was back in the PLP. Once the F&M get in, your business ain't get all the contracts it was getting before. So either way, it's still the same as like who you for.
Well, that's different because you're getting outsourced. If in that perspective, let's say you're doing landscaping, that's the type of thing you mean?
It's not outsourced if they're giving it to their friends. Who's back?
No, but I'm saying hypothetically, let's say you was not. Let's say you weren't a friend to them and you just won the contract legitimately, right? When the new one come in, they're gonna assume that you was a friend, or they don't care that you wasn't a friend. They gonna now use their boy who does the same job as you, huh?
That's what I just say.
No, I know, but I'm just trying to say that doesn't necessarily mean that you had any political connection.
True.
So that means that you out of a contract now, and you never shared your political thoughts or whatever, just because the government changed. That means you less money than what you would have been making had you have maintained that contract.
Yep.
So I mean, I don't know. That's the conundrum about it, bro.
So you know in the Bahamas for real,
huh?
So you know in the Bahamas for real.
It's a multiple factors that's causing tourism to be our #1 industry. I had it in my head first too that, well, this is still a mission kind of, that I would accumulate enough money here, then go back and start something. You know what I mean? Like Brian laughing.
Brian laughing at you, baby.
You talking your assy.
Don't go nowhere, babe. 2D can always be there, babe.
Boy.
Even if you go to something like that too, like you go in like a serious entertainment business and like you accumulate enough money, you bring that to Nassau too, like a whole different type of feel, I guess. Anyway, that's just a side
I
thing.
mean, I agree. I mean, if you amass enough for real, you don't have to be connected to no one because you have the means to do whatever you're doing. You know what I mean?
I was like, even people over here who was like, this happened a couple of years ago. This guy, he was professional lean. I don't know if y'all ever heard of lean. It's like a fishing thing put in the company. So he's like one of those guys who's coming in. Lean, yeah.
Is it about lean? Bottlenecking.
Yeah, it's about basically going into a company. This is like lean professionals. They come into your company and they like, what happened? Because it's looking like.
And lean ain't the drug?
No.
Nah, not like.
He's talking the company is named Lean and they come into the company and decrease bottlenecks in your services.
Yeah, so they increase efficiency, right? So he's talking to me about how like he will have a home in Freeport. And he's saying he need a Bahamian face because he's thinking about doing some type of landscaping or some kind of, I don't know what he wanted to grow. I don't know what it was. But he's like, because stuff like that, even like you over here, you could still be connected back home if you get in contact with the right people, right? Just saying there's still opportunities for us to do stuff at home even over here. That was just my whole.
I agree.
Because people doing different things over here that they ain't doing home. We could even pitch to them like, hey, this happening in the Bahamas. Like, you should like go down there and invest into that.
No, I agree. I agree, man.
That's to bring something different. Because like, honestly, dog, we have a lot of the best tasting beers in the world, babe. Why don't have a big distribution for them?
Right, but that ain't fully Bahamian made though. That help with foreigners. So moms ain't seeing how big the whole profits all collect.
That's a good question. Like for real, like they don't
a strong back. They foreign ingredients.
Okay.
I mean, it depends on the scenario though, Brown. Because let's say, for example, you still buying the raw materials, but at the end of the day, you in production of the product, so they don't get percentage of the sales. That's just your cost of raw materials. That ain't really them getting being in their pocket.
Well, the bottling is done somewhere outside the Bahamas.
Oh, okay, I thought the bottling was done in Nassau or wherever.
The bottling. I don't know. I don't know if you was interjecting, Gilly. We have a bottling company that ball the beer.
Yeah, we do. We'll collect of a.
Because I thought this bottled by where Vitamalt is.
Yeah, same place where Vitamalt is being done.
That's what I thought.
I think all of them is done by Coke.
I mean, possibly. I don't know.
That's a good question.
That plant off by wherever that is out west. Where that is, McGillis?
Out west.
Is it Vitamalt thing? Yeah, and the Vitamalt place out west, like on the road by where BEC is.
I know, baby.
I know. Never look into that. That's a good question.
What the place name with the little hilly with the aggressive water? It's like aggressive water, and it's like a steep place where BEC power plant is, bro. Whatever that road is. That ain't Adelaide yet, but I don't know the road or whatever.
That ain't Adelaide yet. That's out.
You know what I mean, right now?
Yeah, that's right.
Bacardi?
No, it's more. It ain't
past
Adelaide, but it's past Bacardi, but it ain't Adelaide. It's like beyond that. I don't know.
What Bay?
No,
that next area yet.
I forget the name.
That's Coral Harbor?
No.
Not Coral Harbor.
Because it's near Jaws and thing too. Not Jaws.
I know the constituent name, but I can't remember that area name.
Yeah. Anyway,
yeah. We wasting time now.
Yeah. Anyway, we can take a little break and then
take a little break. Adios.
They don't really know what to do. Pull up to the scene with the stars in the roof. Always with a goonie and he keep a 22. Count the money, stack it up to the roof. Balenciaga on me cause I make the money move. They always talking big, but when they see me, they salute. This ain't designer, I designed it. Pop out, we sliding, they are to find us. This ain't designer, I designed it. Swerving, we nosh my mouth, finally cop the chain. Sliding with the gang, you can never hang with. Careful how you staring, all these men is dangerous. And the feds ask the questions, I ain't never saying shit. Switch up, had to tell them I'm a rapper, not a felon. I got models in the kitchen, about to bust down. Switch up, had to tell them.
I was standing on the corner when I heard my bulldog bark. He was barking at the two men who were gambling in the dark. It was Stagger Lee and Billy, two men who gambled lit. Stagger Lee threw a 7, Billy swore that he threw 8. Stagger Lee told Billy, I can't let you go with that. See, you done won all my...
Yeah, we're back. We're back. And we're back.
We're back.
OG. And we're back.
Oh, Flick.
You want to stay true to your roots, bro?
Yeah, my bad, man. I forget, but I just stopped. But yeah, I know. I can start it back up, my see.
What's it do?
After a while, we stopped going on break, so you never used to do it anymore.
Yeah, I think for real. I think that was slightly the reason.
Some editing skills get increased.
Going through it again.
Oh man, Brown freeze it. Brown is a ton this week.
Nice, done.
Thanks, yes.
Everyone bros.
The area.
Hey, bro.
Bruh. Don't be taking that shit, boy.
Say that, bro.
Don't be taking that shit, boy. When we get in trouble, eh? Shit, man.
Oh man, I just was saying that they use it a lot. They use it a lot. Oh, speaking of other parts, have y'all guys been keeping track of the new part out there now? Fantastic.
Oh, fantastic. Fanatic.
Fanatic Islanders.
Fanatic
man.
Islanders. New competition, guys.
No, man. No competition, man. No competition, man.
New parts out there. Let's lay that.
On the right hand off our screen, bro.
No, man. No
Fanatic.
competition, man. Just trying to consolidate everything, man. Just trying to up the brand, man.
Fanatic Islanders. New podcast out there, guys.
All our viewers, if you need your sporting needs, go with the Fanatic Islanders.
Yeah,
Yes.
man. Like, comment, subscribe, man. Do for both.
And please, if you're watching, please put on a gaming headset. you feel like you're in the pod.
Wait, I look at it and I say, wait, what? All of them up on a gaming headset? Though?
You need to pay subscription name.
I thought they play Madden.
Yeah. I mean, the plan is also to try getting to Twitch too, so we can see what that goes. I could probably learn about that a little bit, but yeah, we can see, man.
Fanatic.
Yeah, but the only reason I didn't know they wasn't playing Madden because I didn't hear Kadeem swearing. You know? Can't say the swears he's be saying on Madden, but y'all know.
Oh,
Yeah, man, that's for select few, man.
Yeah.
Kadeem say, babe, Kong boys don't work out. But that is
No man, no man.
That's good though, Kadeem. You gotta diversify yourself, man. Like how, like,
That's the
like how,
I trying, but I out there trying, bro.
yeah, man. That's something. That's something the Bahamas should learn from you, dog. Instead of settling on one industry,
Number
we should
one.
diversify. You know,
Yeah, but I trying, bro.
In social studies, what was our second industry again?
Banking.
banking.
And the biking, like you have 100 people stand on the line. Hundreds of people. They don't never educate them people that you could do a lot of things at the ATM machine. But,
Yeah.
but they just don't want to learn.
No.
Yeah, a bunch of people, we tell them.
Yeah, and they just rather.
You don't have to come here to the deposit, you don't have to come here to withdraw. The ATM is there for that. I don't trust them machines.
Famous don't trust that machines for real. I get Fox. My family members, yeah, go inside to the teller.
Wait, my thing is, I'm not familiar on how they detect like the money, at least in the Bahamas. I don't know if it's weighted or colored scheme. I don't know how they detect or whatever, but I mean, it is pretty accurate.
Yeah. They're more accurate over here.
It's more accurate over here.
Canada, but in the Bahamas, they don't have no detection.
Oh, it's no detection because I know they use an envelope.
Yeah, use an envelope.
And I know you don't have it on your, like over here. It's still a hold, even though they give you access to the money you do. I think you still have a hold of 2 days, but you still could use it. But I think they'll credit your account if something happened to the funds or whatever.
Yeah, or something.
In Nassau, you don't have access to it at all until 2 to 3 days. Right?
What happens is after you deposit it in Nassau, your money goes into a series of envelopes, and then at the end of the day, the cage teller will get all of the envelopes and carry it in the back and count it up.
I didn't know that.
So that's why it takes 2 days.
Does it match
money manually? Huh?
And y'all do it every day. Well, not y'all, but Jay used to do it every day.
Yeah, they used to do that every day.
Okay.
So you have to match up the receipt with the amount of money in the envelope?
Wow.
Oh, wow.
And it's just by date and time. Because that envelope is not linked. Let's say, for example, you go at 12 o'clock, someone go at 12:10. There's
Gotta wait till the next rollover to the date at 5 o'clock.
Okay, that's fine. But I'm saying, how do you link the receipt to that specific envelope, though?
At the end of the day, everyone have to sign off. And once you sign off, that day finished. So see receipts after that will be to the next day.
Okay. But so is it just the amounts then? You matching the amounts? Because what if the amount was off? What if they put in a number that's not in the envelope?
Then it would be categorized as the amount that's in the envelope.
But how do you link it to the account?
Because the account number is on it.
Oh, the account number on the envelope. Oh, I didn't know that. I thought it'd just be a normal envelope that you could use.
Must see print you the APM or whatever. But I think you do put a random envelope in there.
So you think when they put it in, it prints some type of account number on it?
Probably say something like identification on it. I don't know how this works. I don't know. I'm guessing.
You mean when you just put something in the ATM?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. How do you know that account for that envelope is linked to this receipt?
In order for you to put the thing into the thing, it prints out with a receipt.
Okay, I know that. But how do you link that envelope to that receipt?
The envelope to receipt, you have to put the account number on the envelope.
Oh, you have to.
Yeah. Otherwise, which account you put in the
That's what I was trying to figure out. I didn't know you have to put the account number on it.
Transit numbers and everything.
Okay, I didn't know.
Oh, you gotta do that. Oh, that's Nassau, I must see.
Yeah, over here you could just put in the money, obviously, but
yeah, because over here you just put it in your card and you just put in the money and it goes straight onto your account.
They used to use envelopes over here too, but they stopped.
They stopped that, and it was regular envelopes, and I don't think you have to write. You don't have to write no account number on them.
No, nothing. That's what I thought it was.
And that's how I'm trying to say. How do you link it?
Why you going Nassau? Your money going?
If you don't write it, obviously other people can write their number on it. You can't open up the envelope unless you know which account it's supposed to be going on.
Oh. Wow, that's a lot of manual work.
Don't be that much. It'd be like 6, 7 envelopes at the end.
Oh yeah, because they don't do it.
Yeah, but people don't do it. But all I'm saying is that you could say that, but if people were to use it, that means that is inefficient. There have to be some other marking mechanism. You know what I mean? Because
Banking application. when you
yeah, it have to be some. It have to be something else, Gillis, on that end that you probably don't know.
I worked in the case before, bro.
I know, but I'm just saying that's too manual, bro. But Don, you see what I'm saying, though?
Yeah, it is too manual. It is.
That's like you literally don't have no way because the person could they could put 50 and 500 in the envelope, and you don't know what account to do.
I assume the bank manager realized
working with that account number.
I assume the bank manager realized. Go ahead, my bad. I was just saying I assume the bank manager realized how manual the work is, but they realized if a machine do it for you, they would have to reduce unemployment. They was like, we might as well just keep someone employed here and let them do that work.
No, but all I'm trying to say is, let's say you have five of these deposits. Let's say you have 5 of these deposits, and everyone got their deposit wrong. Everyone got the numbers wrong. The numbers ain't what in the envelope. It's very hard for you to link which envelope for what account. That's all I'm trying to say.
You have to put the account number on the envelope.
You saying you have to, but you don't. Because the machine, who watching the machine when you put the envelope in?
If you don't, then your money don't go on.
So as the even if I forget and I can say I put $50 in, you mean then if I go to Scotiabank and I tell them I put $50 in, and this day, their money gone?
What?
I'm saying if I come as a customer and I say I put $50 in this envelope and y'all never put the $50 on my account, just because I didn't put the account number on it, my $50 gone?
If you put your card in, they have a thing that's connected to when you put money in the envelope.
But that's still not linking the envelope to the timestamp. That's what I'm saying.
What do you mean?
So there's the identification goes on the envelope too when you put your card in. On the envelope. Oh.
I'm saying, I understand what you're saying, Gillis, but the envelope is not being time stamped as well, because at the end of the day, you will have just 5 envelopes that's not linked to any time stamp.
If it ain't linked, how you expect the bank people to put money on?
That's what I'm asking. That's why I'm saying that
you won't get any money. That's on you.
But that's what I'm saying. Now, as a customer, is my $50 gonna get take?
No, it's not gonna get taken. It'll be there. You have to come and claim. And that's just it. When you enter that into the thing, you say how much money you put in there.
Yeah.
Each envelope will be counted before you open up another envelope.
Yeah, but that's possible.
I still think there's a disconnect, bro. I still think that there's a disconnect.
That's just how they have to do it, because they don't have the system to count the money when you're putting it in.
Anyways,
it's chancy. It's chancy. Chancy is a good way to lose your money. Yeah. Because if you forget one step, then that's it. Like if I go to deposit my paycheck in there and I forget to put my account.
Checks is definitely different. If you
I mean.
No, he's saying his cash pay amount.
Like say I get $400, I go in there, don't put my account number on there, go through, you get a Gillis. You don't know what to match it with because you don't have. I didn't put my account number there.
Exactly.
So you don't put no money on nothing. You like I don't know where it's going.
And the 400 just sitting there.
So I home, I don't see nothing. I come to you, Gillis. I say, Gillis, you put my $400 on? You say no because you don't know what $400 it is.
And it ain't gonna be Gillis. It could be Raul or someone else who didn't touch the $400. Who don't know about the $400.
Well, if you put your $400 in there, it could be in the envelope. Where the $400 go on? If you don't put $400 in there, you can't get it.
So y'all gonna give me it back? Y'all gonna say this is your $400 and give me it back?
If what? If you didn't put your name on there, if $400 is uncounted for, yes, you will get your money back.
Okay. So
next time y'all gonna say put your account number on it next time.
So how would I prove that that's my $400 though?
Because it will stay in the envelope. If nothing is
not linked to a card, it's still me saying that I put in $400. Unless unless they go in the card and say,
Everyone-
"Oh, I put this card in, and there was a submission, a deposit of $400." But it never.
you matching the said deposits to the said envelopes.
Yeah, so the deposit would still be on my account, but it'll be a plus 400 probably. Then when they don't put the money on, it'll be a negative 400.
You'll check the envelope next to the amount of money that is said to be in the envelope.
Yeah. Yeah, what'd you say?
These are banking facts from the Bahamas, brought to you by Conch Boys.
No, brought to you by Gillis and Crew.
Anyway, what I was saying is also, yeah, but we was talking about tourism being our number one industry. Banking is our second industry, but I feel like banking might actually be our first industry.
Banking take a big hit too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I think it happens.
Our first industry and then tourism. We just push in tourism more than anything.
Banking take a big hit though. I can't remember which bill it was in the United States that passed, but it was a bill that it killed a lot of our offshore banks in the Bahamas.
You mean where they can't be hiding tax in the Bahamas no more?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, that killed a lot of our banking industry. That same bill in the States. So banking really dipped.
Yeah,
they dip as an industry.
Real talk. That's the thing with the Bahamas. Like we have these two major industries. Nothing really else after that to sustain us.
Yeah.
We're saying we need to diversify that.
Yeah, I agree. Feel like you have to, bro, in my opinion. Like we was discussing it a little bit. I feel like, I don't know, I'm ignorant to this. I have no idea. But I just feel like in terms of all of these things that are going on and trying to save money or keep money into the country, what we should have been probably doing back then and probably trying to do now going into the future is try to find a way where we could increase our foothold on agriculture as a nation. Because at the end of the day, if you can't import certain goods and stuff like that, your people gonna starve, and you can't do the one necessary thing throughout the day is eat. You know what I mean? So
trade-offs can be very tough to trade with other countries. Like
exactly. So how I look at it is like,
keep it going up, yeah.
At least if you decreasing the amount of imports that you're bringing in, which whether it be natural resources from like the fruits or the vegetables or whatever, you're keeping that money into the you keep that money into the country, which leads to increased GDP. You know what I mean? So
that's true.
I know,
but Bahamas, we can't do a lot of major. It would be a decrease in the amount of money we spend in or important on our imports, but like wouldn't be a major industry. But we do need to increase it, in my opinion. I feel like the amount of money that we'd have to put in to do large scale agriculture wouldn't be worth it in the long run.
Yeah. I mean, I understand your perspective too, but like we were saying, like I was saying, it's like I don't think we even did the whole research about it. Like no one actually doing research to see which islands are actually primed for this type of scale.
Yeah, they do research on the soil quality.
Okay, well, you would know more than me.
They definitely do soil quality research on the islands. And environment.
On all you think?
Yes.
Because what coming to my mind now is probably like a research about that, listing which islands are top and primed and able to have a trifecta of land, soil quality, and water capability or water access.
It depends on the crop that you're doing.
Yeah, I'm assuming obviously you need different humidity and all that.
A certain set of crops that we can produce in the Bahamas, it's like you would be decreasing the GDP. Like, okay, let's say we doing bananas, right?
Mm-hmm.
And in order to produce a bunch of bananas, like how much bananas we keep it instead of exporting, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then on top of that, it's like other countries could produce bananas at a cheaper price than us. So it's like we can export the excess bananas, and then we have more of an abundance of bananas that the Bahamians
may not even be getting eat. So you gotta think about
is a lot of
yeah.
variables in terms of us just pumping everything into agriculture.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's more to the equation than what I'm saying.
But
I agree 100%.
It's definitely, I think the Bahamas is doing some agriculture. It could be doing more, but I think it lies in more industries that we have not tapped yet. Like aquaculture, like Bahamas ain't doing barely anything in aquaculture.
Mm-hmm.
Doing nothing in hydroponics. Like it's like
Can you explain these two terms for the common listener, please?
I know, right?
You don't know what
From Gillis and crew.
Aquaculture is just farming fish. Aquaponics is using both farming and fish. So like you would use the waste from the fish to produce plants, and then it's like a cycle. So you use less inputs and stuff like that.
Yeah, so you're saving money slightly.
Yeah.
Unless you didn't have enough resources to make a big weed plantation.
Weed?
Yeah.
It's illegal in Nassau.
I know, but we could
decriminalize. It's illegal.
But we could export it.
We illegal.
We could export it though.
The weed.
The
weed nowadays ain't really a weed anymore. Back in the day, the weed that like what people used to call like, what they call it buff or no, they call it rags. They call it the regular weed with all the seeds and stuff.
Yeah, because they used to sell the male and the female back in the day.
Yeah.
So those type of weeds we could produce in the Bahamas, but no one smoked them like that. The weed that you see people be selling it at Aurora and all of these like high companies, they need a lot of inputs, bro. They need heavy fan circulation. You need this type of soil.
Yeah, it's expensive.
It's expensive to run that. You can't just throw them out in the field.
That's why it's just so much more easy just to pump all the money tourism. It's easy, quick, money grab, pop all the attractions.
That's risky though. Like we need to pump it into something else. Find some other opportunities.
I mean, we done the country done it in a borrowing mode, so it's really tough to pump money into. So
that's beautiful, Bay Brown.
Yeah, they
borrowing. Yeah.
That's
really tough. It's easier just for a tourist apply from New York, come here, have a good time, get countless money from them, and then they fly back. That's more easier than pumping money into all these fish farmers. That's too.
They still borrowing to help tourism too, though.
I know,
but my take
on all them things.
Yeah, my take on all that though. I understand that that's a quick buck, etc. It's easy, but my thing is, as the government of the nation and as leaders of the nation, you're all supposed to be. This is my opinion. This is not held by anyone else here, but my thing is that you're supposed to be looking into the next 10 to 20 to 50 years of the Bahama nation. You can't just stay stagnant in what works now, in my opinion, and just be like, yeah, we could throw that up to the next generation, bro.
Yeah, only could deem up that opinion, guys. Because the rest of us don't believe that the Bahamas should have a future.
No, I just don't want to put words in their mouth, man.
And not the rest of these guys.
y'all could disagree. Y'all could say that is your opinion. I just didn't want to put no words in their mouth.
The way that I can prove is over. Go cruise. If it's all you want to turn up, you want to turn up.
Who's cruise?
But that's what I'm saying.
I think that should be a must now for us to have a different industry, just based off COVID. Like COVID showed us how fragile we are. We dependent on one asset to fuel the company. We need to find something else.
But speaking of COVID, like y'all see how like y'all know what's going on in the world, and I mean in America right now, like the whole situation with George Floyd. Like, what's your stance on protesting and people like going out there knowing that COVID's still around? Like,
Right. I on the fence with that. I on the fence with the whole protesting scenario. I on the fence with it. Like I understand what's going on. I'm sure y'all probably heard this already. Like it's the buildup of a lot of things happening and people that's really sick and tired. Really, they just at the point they've been in their house all this time. They at the point and this, a lot of people still getting killed. So it's more fuel for them to just lash out and do stuff. But I rather peaceful protesting really because they destroying, burning down buildings, but who that really affecting? I don't think it affecting the government really or the powers that be. It really affecting people who own these places. Could be black owners as well. Like I don't know about burning down and looting. I don't know all, but I don't think that's cool. I don't think we should. I understand what's happening though. They just at the point. They already passed the breaking point. So this is what we got to do to show them that this ain't no joke. But then on the next side, who's that hurting though? I mean, if you have a planned selected riot, like you're gonna like the police station and stuff, you're gonna get that or a known racist building or who only have whites or etc. Then if it's a planned spot you want to burn up, I can understand that more. But that's to burn up the whole streets and people car, like that could be people's livelihood going for the rest of their life. Nah, they have to struggle to bring that back.
Yeah.
I agree. I agree with you. In terms of some people be taking it too far, but I feel like rioting and burning down establishments is somewhat slightly justified in terms of the old way of doing things of just peaceful protesting hasn't been working. There needs
Yeah,
to be some type of other, like, show them we mean business. Like, this ain't worked before. People still getting killed, but I don't agree with it where you endangering other people's lives. I
yeah,
can understand you burning down uh, a government establishment, but at the same time you burning down apartment buildings, breaking up apartment buildings where people live in.
yeah.
So far, it's like it's rough, but like I don't know. I don't agree with endangering innocent lives, but I agree that the protesting and rioting is okay, in my opinion.
With the whole like I was just saying with the whole COVID versus rioting, and I was like to me, I was still talking to you guys. I knew that was a damn if you do and damn if you don't moment. If you decide not to ride because of the safety of your health, do know coronavirus is still present and you still infectious, still a deadly infectious disease that can be caught within the human body. Um, a lot of people say, well, if you don't join this riot, you're the part of the problem. We don't know what I'm doing behind the scenes, posting on social media. Social media is a very powerful tool that can travel very quickly, then breaking up, destroying, and destroying the whole city, which is, I think, is is a powerful part of being heard. I agree somewhat what their method of madness is, because if you don't do these things, you will not be heard. Because the walks didn't work, the social media didn't work, um, the talking to Congress didn't work. You know, talking to social groups didn't work. So you have to go to war in order for you to listen, but at the expense of endangering everybody at the same time. So it's sort of like a dime if you don't and dime if you do moment. You know what I mean? So you got to go based off your laws and your principles. You know what I mean? Like, oh shit, I'm gonna stand for George Floyd. I'm gonna stand up for against all the principalities that believe killing black people is okay. You know what I'm saying? That which is totally on the contrary of wrong. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I feel like I know I basically like in the middle too. Like I know personally myself, I don't think I would be like burning down businesses and burning down things that I potentially, that in our community, I wouldn't be burning down not my property either. But I do understand the perspective of the amount of situations that happen. You hear about all these other stuff like people in the lobby and they getting shot at 40 something times. Sean Bailey was out coming out of his car, gets shot at 50 something times. And in all these situations, the police officers got off, you know what I mean? from the video how it looks, he looks like I said to y'all, it looked like this in his first rodeo. And clear as day, as you go back on his track record, he has been involved in the shooting of a minority individual before. So all this leads into why people act in this way. Now, I do agree it could be, I guess, is a peaceful protest still considered somewhere where they're making noise and shouting out? Is that still considered peaceful?
Yeah, it's still peaceful.
Standing outside, locking arms, you know.
Okay, well, from that perspective, I would more so lean towards the using my voice, etc. But what I also do, like, I was listening to this CNN correspondent. She basically was talking to this I think he's just a member of Congress, and I forgot which state or whatever. But they basically right now also a lot of lawyers working on legislation, coupled with what's going on now to try and hasten the legal parameters around everything that's going around too. So you can't just be on the street, in my opinion, you can't just be on the street wanting change, and no one working on the back end for legislation too. So that's what I like to see, where it's legislation being pushed, plus people on the road as well. And I ain't no lawyer, I don't know a lot about it either, but I just would rather see both in tandem, and then you could go from there. But like I said, I don't agree with the burning down, but it's hard for me to say because I'm not directly affected in it, even though we're all indirectly affected because we are Black individuals. And if we was put in that situation, it could be us too. See what I'm saying? So
we in George Floyd family. We don't know what they go.
No, exactly.
We don't know. We don't know. You can't, like I said, like I say, you can't tell them it's gonna be all right because they told countless Black families are gonna be okay. They told plenty times we can get your justice. We you know, as people we don't forget about, but we didn't forget. We still remember. But yeah, the police has done their vacation in Florida and come back.
Yeah, so I know. I just feel like the legislature coupled with the protesting is a step in the right direction. I was listening to the Killer Mike stuff. I know Laton shared that already. I watch it as well. They basically talk about this is a transformative position where you have to be smart about how you act into the future and how this could be possibly the means and the right culture of how it is now. It feels like this is the means in order to change in general, because this is like from what I've seen, I've not been exposed to that much, but from what I've seen, it's like this is one of the most times where everyone is basically in the cause from what you can see from the outside looking in. This has been the biggest revolution that I've seen in this, and we know it's been existing from history, from the examples that I'm sharing. These in the 90s to 2000s, we always could go back into the 60s or whatever what happened, but this is looking like the most transformative and revolutionary place that I've seen.
It's the worst that it's been since those first times with all the Black Panthers and all that stuff. This is the worst it's been in the last 15 years, where everyone is like every other day you hearing about someone getting shot unjustifiably.
Yeah, I mean the type of videos that we've been sharing is like this white individual, he was coming by the police stopping him, and he telling the police to get in his car and leave. He attacking the police, doing all of this, hitting him. And then in the next one, the Black man like this, he putting his hands up and they come kicking him. So I mean, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know about it, but I see Will Smith say it's not about it being more, it's that it's just being more documented now.
Yeah.
And that's what a lot of people are saying. It's just being more documented, but it always was that. So I don't know if it's changed or it's because it's being more documented. I don't know. But
yeah, because it's being filmed now. It's more like in the public, but it's been going on. I believe that, but it's obviously you got to think about it in a way that the guy who's on George Floyd's neck is millions of those guys around. That mindset is a common mindset, and I agree with Killer Mike. Like it's the time now. I know it's hard to do, but we got to come together in groups and we got to get certain people into power. Like probably to seek power in this type of time. And that's how you can get change. But I know that's a long process though, to get who you want in power and this and that. Like people gotta try to do that, put people in place who have the mindset of like this ain't cool, like this ain't
we have people in power. I not to cut you off. We have people in
Yeah.
power. This happened under the. I'm sure this happened under the Obama watch as well.
Yeah.
All this, most of the things happened under Obama. Obama didn't want these things to happen, but this happened
Yeah.
under Obama watch. It's within. I don't know.
No, but
Just
that's the problem of it being systematic too. It's not
Yeah.
even just one person. It's systematic.
Yeah, we gotta get.
the
So the
whole,
problem is the whole system. That's the problem.
Yeah.
the whole thing, not the leadership. The leadership was okay. I won't say Trump is okay, but I just said Obama and George Bush was there, and I'm sure they were really great presidents, and those things was happening. Didn't
Yeah. I feel like just like if you look at the one situation with the guy, the police was on George Floyd's neck. If the person who was like I don't know, who's supervisor or captain, whatever, he already had so much things right on his record. He should have been off the force before this even happened. If those type of things need to be in place, like it should be screening. Like you done had 4 or 5 strikes against you, this or whatever. You weren't even supposed to be out there. You weren't supposed to be answering no
At least
normal
put him to the
calls.
desk. Exactly. Put him to the
Yeah.
desk and let him do something else.
Yeah.
But the problem with a lot of these states or whatever is that they have what's it called? They're shortchanged with the amount of officers they even have to be on duty. So that's another problem as to why you turn a blind eye, because he's able and an able body to be out there, and you have so much low numbers to even go and police the community. You rather him out there as a manager or as a supervisor, whatever. But that's the problem. You just have to have a no tolerance policy.
Correct. This fight is huge. This is a huge fight. This is like only way to commit this big change. Like I say, is a millions of those guys are there. Millions. They racism is alive and strong.
I can say this.
Like-
Maybe I was gonna say this. Maybe George Floyd can maybe change everything.
Yeah,
Could
and like I
be.
say, this is one of the most things that I've seen in a while. I mean, I only been on this earth for 26, or 27, sorry. 27? I think 27. Yeah, anyway, I only been on this earth for 27, so this is the most that I've seen. This is the most that I've seen. So you can see, bro.
It's hard to do this, bro. It's hard to it's like a world change. It has to be a world change.
Yeah.
Very hard.
I
Not
think
impossible.
Sandra Bland,
Yes.
and all them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll leave you all there on that note. If you have anything else to say about that, we'll be on story post. We post a little bit about it. So, go follow Sean King if you're listening. He have a lot of updates on the scenario. So go follow him and get more information about it. But yeah, anyway, we'll be in touch. Y'all take it easy.
I said, I love that. Sorry.
Let's do a thing right quick.